Hello and welcome to Bespoke Unit. My name is Paul Anthony.
I'm CP.
And today we're talking about calibrating hygrometers and why it's so important.
As a man who only used the simplest digital hygrometer, having recently converted from analog, why would I go through all this trouble?
Well, we're trying to protect our investment, which is what we're trying to do here when we're calibrating a hygrometer and also save our sanity. So I actually ran into a situation myself with my cooler door where I had several digital hygrometers in there, and they kept reading. I had like 4 or 5 in there, and I was trying to take an average of all of them. It was like nuts, and basically what was happening was they were all kind of probably 5 RH off low. So I kept trying to up and up and up and up the RH, even though I was using gels, I was using this, I was using that, and you know, it was just a crazy situation. So anyway, I'd been using Boveda a lot with my travel cases, wherever I was going to the golf course, where I was traveling abroad or going away for business. And I thought, well, you know, why not explore the science a little bit more behind actually what Boveda does. So that kind of arrived me to basically coming towards these calibration kits of hygrometers, because if you don't calibrate your hygrometer, you're basically flying blind. You may as well not use one.
It's that bad?
It's really that bad.
Oh,
so
wow.
you know, most of these sensors have like plus minus accuracies in RH of like 5 to 10 degrees of like RH. It's like absolutely insane.
That's crazy.
So the kind of the science behind these calibration kits from Boveda, as we can see here, we have a 75% RH calibration kit with their sensor, and we're actually doing a test right now. You can see the link above here where we compare Boveda to Smart Sensor to Sigsaw to a couple of digital hygrometers that are not app enabled, because all of those have apps, as well as an analog hygrometer as well. So kind of the reasons why we're using a 75% RH pack is the fact that it only has 1 salt within the solution itself.
Okay, does that make it more precise?
Yeah, it makes it more precise. So we've been fortunate enough to talk to Rob over at Boveda, who is the presenter and cigar expert of Box Press, their podcast. So anyway, we've been kind of gnawing his expertise with what's all going down. And yeah, these packs, the 75 and the 32, only use 1 kind of salt, so they give an accuracy of plus minus 0.3%.
Wow.
As where a regular 65 or 69, which we have in this box, they give an accuracy of plus minus 1%, which is still fantastic. However, we want to get as precise as possible, because these only use 1 salt in the solutions, where these use a mix of salts to create that RH. So what we do with these sensors is we basically put in the sensor with the RH pack to create a small environment, and then we're going to calibrate them over a 24-hour period for Boveda. Smart Sensor actually recommends 72 hours for their sensors to calibrate in this environment. So once we do the calibration, we get much higher accuracy rates.
Okay. And you just chuck it in a single bag with the 75%, and it's as accurate as you can get it, or?
No, so like, yeah, so out the box, Boveda is stating that the sensors are plus minus accurate by 4 percentage points of RH. When you use the 1 calibration point, it goes to plus or minus 2.5% accuracy, and when you use the 2 point, it goes down to 1.5. So I was kind of like you when I started out. I was kind of like winging it, as where now I'm kind of really trying to refine and hone you know, how I'm basically testing these things. You know, so that's basically calibration 101, and we're trusting the likes of Boveda, because these are a 2-way humidification source, and now we just have to basically set up the hygrometers to make sure that they're giving us accurate readings. So the use case would be we have a humidor that's reading on a calibrated hygrometer, say 72%, it means it's over humidified. We can trust the hygrometer. If you had not calibrated the hygrometer as reading 72, we actually don't know what it means.
Some of you may have actually heard about calibrating hygrometers using a bowl of salt and distilled water in a Ziploc bag. What do you think of that, Paul?
Well, it sounded kind of ludicrous to me at the start, and I never actually did it. So my methodology to bypass the soda cap of salt and water was to just buy, you know, as I mentioned earlier, like 5 hygrometers and trying to take an average of them, which I failed miserably at. So actually I was talking again to Rob over at Boveda, and they have a testing lab where they kind of test these theories, and they actually were getting anywhere of a variance of plus or minus 10% based off that test itself, because depends on how much water you use, what kind of table salt you have, what kind of impurities there are. So, you know, basically we're doing the exact same thing here with these Boveda packs. It's still a salt test, but it's highly refined. Yeah. Because these are different types of salts that produce different outputs of RH, and that's how we can, you know, use that to accurately calibrate these hygrometers.
So no bowls of salt in your Ziploc bag, making a complete mess, taking up loads of space. Just use a tiny one of these and you'll be golden.
You'll find the links below on where to buy these, as well as additional links to showcase some of our other cigar content, as well as content that surrounds the Bespoke Unit universe. My name's Paul Anthony.
I'm CP.
And I'll see you later.
Take care.